This is question 19 from the 2025 AMC 10A, and the question is, an array of numbers is constructed beginning with numbers -1, 3, and 1 in the top row. Each adjacent pair of numbers is summed to produce a number in the next row. Each row begins and ends with -1 and 1 respectively. If the process continues, one of the rows will sum to 12,288. In that row, what is the third number from the left? So, firstly, we can just look at some qualities of it. You can see that this diagonal always decreases. This diagonal always increases. And the diagonal we're looking for, this one. Let's see what's going on with that. So let's write it down as a sequence. 1, 4, 6. I believe it continues with 7 and 7 again. So if you know about Pascal's triangle, you'll see where this is going. Because first you add 3. So first you add 3. Then you add 2. Then I continue this. We end up with 7. So this here is +1, plus 2, plus 3, and you can probably see where this is going. 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0 minus 1, and so on. Okay, so we know where the sequence is going, but how do you know which row has a sum to 12,288? So let's look at let's see if we can find a pattern in this, in the sums. So let's try summing these up. 3, 6, 12, 24. That's because I actually missed a number here. So now we can see that these just multiply by 2 every time. But currently this is just a guess. It's pretty obvious it's happening, but how do we know for sure that it will keep happening? Well, we can look at an individual number. So these sequences, which I will call Pascal's triangles lookalikes. Let's say we start one off with x, y, z, and we end up with you can see that every time you go down a row, why does it x2? Because if you add these terms back up, you get 2x plus 2y plus 2c. Why is this the case? Because this x will turn this way and this way. This y will be added to this term and this term. Z will be added to this term and this term. So each of the top terms will be added to 2 of the terms in the next row. So when you go down a row, you multiply by 2. The sum multiplies by 2. Now we have to find which row you will reach 12,288. So for this, the way that I thought made most sense was to make a formula. I believe the best way to do this is row 1, 3, row 2, 6, row 3, 12, and then from here, we can do a row n, 3 times 2 to the n minus 1. And so now let's find which row this is in. 3 times 2 to the n minus 1 equals 12,288. 2 to the n minus 1 equals 4096. And from here, you can deduce that n is 13. Because 2 to the 12 equals 4096. Okay, now we have the row number. So, let's turn this here into a chart. So, row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is not the row like this. Now with the differences, goes 4, 3, 1, 4, -3, 5, -8. And then you can see these are exploding downwards. And bam. This value, when you get to the 13th row, will be -29, which brings us our answer.